Thanks for staying with Newsnight, bringing to you a story now from Puducherry, and it's a story that will send a chill down your spine. It's a shocking case of a woman being raped, dumped and then abducted once again to be gang raped all over again. In a horrifying incident, a 20-year-old woman was abducted by 3 men and raped by one of them in Karaikal district of Puducherry on Christmas Eve. But what's even more shocking is the fact that her ordeal did not end there. A few minutes later, the same woman who works in a computer firm in Bangalore was again abducted by another group of men and gang raped. The incident happened when the woman was accompanying a friend to meet the latter's boyfriend. When she was waiting outside the boy's residence, 3 people came and abducted her. They took her to a secluded place where one of them raped her. The victim's friends somehow managed to find her later, but to their shock, another group of people attacked them and took the girl to another place and gang raped her. A case has been registered under various sections of the Indian Penal Code, including rape and abduction. Meanwhile, the case has been transferred to the Puducherry CBCID. Srisha Reddy joins me live from right outside the hospital in Puducherry, where this young woman is currently being treated. She is seriously injured. She was raped and then gang raped in 2 separate incidents on Christmas Eve. She is recovering at this time. Srisha, what's the very latest that you can tell us about her condition as well as the investigation?
Well, I'd like to bring to notice that this hospital is a few kilometers away from Puducherry. This is the government hospital in Karaikal where the victim is currently admitted, and she's out of danger is what the superintendent of police who just met her a while back told us. And one thing, the latest that we're getting is that one more person has been arrested and one has been surrendered at the police office, and only one they have still trying to look out for the one person, but the police are also very sure that they will try and nab him by end of today or probably tomorrow morning, and the case has already been transferred to the Puducherry CBCID, and the documents and all the evidences what they have sought so far has been also submitted in a seal cover to the Puducherry CBCID, from where they will be also dealing with this case at this point in time. This is the latest information that we are getting from Karaikal.
Srisha, just take us through, you had a DMK MLA who came out and had a few things to say about this particular case. Has there been any outrage whatsoever about that particular leader's comments?
Well, the DMK leader did make comments, but he did say that was not his own opinion, that he had got information from the police officials. And also when I tried speaking to the police official, the senior superintendent of police, Monica Bharatwaj, she did say that there was no angle, prosecution angle as stated by the DMK chief, the DMK member, MLA
yes.
in Karaikal. But on the other hand, one thing that they have been trying to clearly tell us is that it was his own opinion, and when we try to reach the other DMK MLAs, they refuse to comment on this particular matter.
All right, we've got a conversation that we've had with the SSP. Let's just listen into that. This is a police update.
I'm now joined by Monica Bharatwaj, the senior superintendent of police, Karaikal. Ma'am, the incident shook the whole country. What exactly happened?
This girl has come with one of her friends to visit. This girl has come to visit with one of her friends, who has got a friend in Karaikal. She was not a direct friend. So then the victim's friend developed some complication, and they all came to one of their friend's house. After that, this girl was standing outside. She has not gone inside the house of this friend, and there she was picked up by one group, and then she was taken to one room and sexually assaulted by one of the person among these 3. After that, she was able to contact her friends. They picked her up, rescued, and they were taking her to Tirunala. Again, on the way back, she was again waylaid by another group of some 7 people. They have taken her to one location, Puducherry. That is a very secluded place, and again she was assaulted 6 times.
Right.
And this happened on the eve of Christmas. There was security in place. Yes, all our police staff was on Christmas Eve duty. So till 3 o'clock there was a specific order issued. Everybody was on road. All my staff was on road on that day. It seems they have used the shortcuts and the inside routes to commit this crime.
Activist Ranjana Kumari is live with us for a reaction to this outrage. Ms. Kumari, this is the kind of outrage that we've almost become desensitized to. Politicians ascribing, ridiculous things when a crime against a woman happens. Now, an MLA from the DMK, Nazim, says that youth were depressed. This could have been a case of prostitution, giving, reasons for what happened. This is a woman who was raped and then gang raped.
Well, this is ridiculous, this is appalling that such kind of statements every time a woman is brutalized, she's raped, then the political class, and especially the MLAs and the MPs, they come up with this kind of irresponsible statement because they think, the victim is responsible for what happens to her. They always victim blaming is the scenario that we end up with, calling her a prostitute, calling about the youth, whatever he is saying is totally mindless, and especially coming from a people's representative, coming from a political party representative, this is totally unacceptable. The whole society is going through the transformation of thinking about, what is happening to women is something which should be deplorable, which is punishable under the law, and this cannot be justified in any other way.
It's just incredible how even in this atmosphere of anger against politicians and the insensitive things that they say, they continue to spew these meaningless, outrageous and offensive things, especially about crimes against women. Srisha Reddy as well as Ranjana Kumari, thanks for joining us on this particular story. You can bet that we're going to keep a very close track on any action, if any, that gets taken against this particular DMK MLA. Moving on for the moment on Newsnight. A day after a clean chit, Narendra Modi wrote a blog post saying he was saddened and shaken by the 2002 riots. This is the farthest he has gone in expressing remorse over what happened in 2002. Modi said, and I quote, "Within a mere 5 months, however, the mindless violence of 2002 had dealt us another unexpected blow. Innocents were killed, families rendered helpless, property built through years of toil destroyed, still struggling to get back on its feet from the natural devastation. This was a crippling blow to an already shattered and hurting Gujarat. I was shaken to the core. Grief, sadness, misery, pain, anguish, agony, mere words could not capture the absolute emptiness one felt on witnessing such inhumanity. On one side was the pain of the victims of the earthquake, on the other side the pain of the victims of the riots. In decisively confronting this great turmoil, I had to single-mindedly focus all the strength given to me by the Almighty on the task of peace, justice and rehabilitation, burying the pain and agony I was personally racked with." Modi further says, "I had appealed to the people of Gujarat on the day of the Godhra train burning itself, fervently urging for peace and restraint to ensure lives of innocents were not put at risk." National Affairs editor Javed Ansari is with us for a quick reaction on this. Javed, the Kejriwal effect, is this an image makeover that Narendra Modi is attempting?
Perhaps a combination of both, because the sheer timing of it lends one to suspect that, given the fact that we're just 6 months away from general elections, perhaps this is Mr. Modi now realizes at this late stage that he cannot be seen. He cannot be a leader of only one section of Indians. He needs to be seen as somebody who is inclusive, who wants to lead all Indians, and therefore he needs to reach out. But this begs the question: why did it take him 11 years to say what he did, and why does he stop short of at least of saying sorry, or at the very least expressing regret?
All right, thanks Javed for getting us that perspective. All right, there's news coming in on Newsnight. Justice J.A. Patil, who headed the Adarsh scam probe, has spoken exclusively to Headlines today. Justice Patil has said, let me quote what he said to us just now, "We had taken great efforts in making the report after checking all documents and examining several witnesses, but what the state government did was to hold the report for 8 months and put up a 1-page action taken report. Even people did not like this decision. It's good if they are reconsidering this particular decision." And here's the context. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi earlier today asked the Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan to reconsider his decision to reject the Adarsh scam probe report. Rahul slammed the Maharashtra government during a media conference after his meeting with 12 Congress chief ministers in Delhi this afternoon. Rahul Gandhi said the decision to dump the Adarsh scan report of Justice J.A. Patil, which indicts former Congress chief ministers among others, was wrong. This has put Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan in a spot. Immediately afterwards, he said he would consult his cabinet colleagues in Mumbai on Rahul Gandhi's statement.
If you're asking me what I think about that, I don't myself agree with that decision. I think they should reconsider that decision. That is my personal opinion.
I'll decide the next course of action. But this was not a personal action will be taken against the Congress leaders or not, sir?
But it's not going to be an easy task for Chief Minister Chavan. His ally, the MCP, is not keen on a rethink on the report, especially since two of its former ministers are named in the Patil report. The opposition BJP too is now turning up the heat and demanding the Chief Minister's resignation.
It's for the second time that Rahul Gandhi has directly taken on his own government. This time it was Prithviraj Chavan on the target, with Rahul Gandhi asking the Maharashtra State Cabinet to rethink its decision on rejecting the judicial probe on Adarsh. But even that does not seem to have satisfied the opposition. With camera person Madan Prasad, this is Maha Siddiqui in Delhi for Headlines Today.
Thanks very much for tuning into this edition of Newsnight. That's all we've got on tonight's edition. Up next, it's Center Stage.